Greetings and welcome to another Pokemon 2023 or Pokemon Horizons the series anime episode review. This time I am talking about episode 24. So let's get to it. In this episode, the Rising Bolt Tacklers marvel at the sight of the Pendant Pokemon, wondering who and what it is. Since they cannot figure out anything about it, Friede decides that their only choice is to go see LIKO'S grandmother. So he travels to Hammerlocke alongside Liko and Roy in order to find her. Meanwhile, Amegio reports to Hamber, the butler and second in command of the explorers. Amegio shows him the recording he got of the Pendant Pokemon back in the Galar mine, and he reveals to him the location of the Rising Bolt Tacklers. Intrigued by the Pendant's transformation and with the knowledge of where to find it, Hamber heads to the Galar region alongside fellow admins Sango and Onyx, who are not too thrilled about working together, though Hamber quickly puts them in line, revealing that he is more intimidating than his demeanor suggests. Meanwhile, Liko and company have no idea which castle her grandmother is in. However, Squawkabilly soon appears to serve as guide. It leads them to a secret passage that has a Stonjourner serving as both door and gatekeeper. Beyond it lies a path through a forest that leads to the castle. On the way, Liko speaks about her grandmother, since Friede and Roy are curious about her. She is an adventurer that was always out on a journey, which is why Liko rarely saw her growing up. However, she knows for sure that her grandmother is cool. This makes Friede and Roy even more eager to meet her. They soon get to the castle where they are greeted by Arcanine and by Liko's grandmother, who introduces herself as Diana. She thanks Friede and Roy for helping Liko get this far, and she is then introduced to Sprigatito, who does not greet her favorably, which does not faze her. Instead, she praises it for having some real grit. Diana then gives everyone a tour of the castle, which she reveals is one of her hideouts. The castle is filled with Pokemon that are free to stay and to come and go as they please. After the tour, they all sit down to talk. Diana says that she had no idea that people would come after the Pendant, but as soon as she found out, she hired the Rising Bolt Tacklers to protect Liko. Diana then thanks Liko for protecting the Pendant and for bringing it here. Liko struggles to reveal the fact that the Pendant became a Pokemon, though she does not have to do so, since the Pendant reveals itself. While Diana is surprised, and it turns out, shockingly, that she had no idea of the Pendant's true identity, she takes the news pretty well, even embracing the Pendant Pokemon, who is very affectionate with her. She soon concludes that this Pokemon is Terapagos, even though it does not look like the one she saw in Lucius's journal, suggesting that it has more than one form or it can evolve. Diana also reveals that Terapagos traveled with Lucius, something that was obvious but not confirmed. Their conversation is soon interrupted by Roy, since Fuecoco is hungry. So they all decided to have dinner. Meanwhile, Amegio and his goons, who were following Liko and company closely, lose the trail near the secret passage. Refusing to give up, they continue their search well into the night without finding anything. However, near the secret passage, Amegio soon notices Stonejourner, so he has Cerulege attack it, forcing it to retreat, leaving the entrance wide open for Amegio and the company to trespass, something that a Blipbog notices. Back at the castle, Liko wants Diana to talk about her adventures. So Diana shares the story of how everything began for her. One day, when she was younger than Liko is now, in a house that looks a lot like Ash's, she found the pendant and Lucius's journal in the attic. Hoping to follow Lucius's footsteps, she set out on her journey. But after years of adventuring, she never found any trace of Lucius, so she gave up, though her journey was not for naught, since she is the adventurer she is today thanks to it. However, recently, a friend of hers, Hamber, said that he knew someone, presumably Giveon, that could help her. But realizing the shady nature of the offer, she wisely refused. Roy then shows the ancient Pokeball to Diana, and he and Liko talk about their encounters with Rayquaza, Arboliva, and Galarian Moltres. Since they are on the topic of Lucius, Liko wonders if Diana knows what Rakua is. Unsurprisingly, she does. It's the paradise Lucius went to. Yet another thing that was obvious but unconfirmed. The mention of Rakua triggers Terapagos, who becomes agitated, revealing how much Rakua means to it, and the fact that it wants to learn more about it. Inspired by the interesting turn the conversation has taken, Diana says that she has something to show them. But on her way to get said thing, Arcanine and Blipbog inform her of the Intruders, who soon break into the castle, with Amegio waltzing right in like he owns the place. Friede immediately gets ready to battle, while Liko and Roy run away. However, Terapagos chooses to confront the attackers instead. The episode ends with things heating up to what will surely be a big battle. So, that's the short but detailed summary of the episode. Now it's time to highlight, analyze, and comment on my favorite moments and or moments that are noteworthy/interesting. Honestly, the thing that stood out to me the most is the house Diana lived in as a child. It looks a lot like Ash's house, which is certainly surprising, and it makes me wonder why. Is it the same house, meaning that Diana is related to Ash in some way? Or is this house just a reference to Ash's, and there is no deeper connection? One thing is for sure though, there is no way it's just a coincidence, right? They will probably tell us at some point, but for now, the questions remain. Beyond the nature of this house, it was great to finally see Diana in the flesh. She is an interesting and fun character that I wanted to learn more of. Her complete backstory would definitely make for a great spin-off, special episode, or movie. Hopefully she sticks around for a while. And it's great that the next episode will allow us to see her in action. I am eager to see just how strong she is. I love that the Pendant Pokemon's identity was finally confirmed. Yeah, it was obvious that it was Terapagos or closely related to it. But it looks different than the Terapagos we know. So I had my doubts. Hopefully now that things are heating up, it will be forced to transform or evolve or whatever it needs to do to become the true Terapagos. Finally, I love that we got to see and learn a little bit more about the other Explorer admins. I cannot wait to see them in action as well. But those are my thoughts on and analysis of the episode. Now it's time to bring this review to a close by going over my overall opinion of the episode. So, overall, this episode was good. While it was light on big reveals and impactful moments, it was still nonetheless worthwhile due to all the information it provided regarding the new characters and Pokemon that are now in the mix. Plus, it set up the next episode, which looks like it will be awesome. Additionally, this house has me jumping up and down in excitement, eager to know its meaning. But that's the review and the video. So, as always, leave your own thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and would like to see more like it, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I love Pokemon and I love making videos on both the anime and the games. Also, please consider clicking the links on screen so that you can check out more videos like this one right away. Additionally, down in the description I have affiliate links for GameStop, which is where I buy all my gaming related stuff, affiliate links for Amazon, which is where I buy all my stuff that is not gaming related or groceries, and a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page. These links will allow you to support me directly if you would like to. I would very much appreciate it. Also, I have a link to my second channel where I cover Resident Evil. If this is something that would interest you, then please check said channel out. Thank you so very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.